Now, at just 35 years of age, Adam Pearson has achieved more than many of us could hope to in a lifetime. An award-winning disability rights campaigner, he's also an actor who's appeared in a BAFTA-nominated movie with Scarlett Johansson, among other things. He's perhaps best known as a documentary maker and reporter, and was nominated as UK Documentary Presenter of the Year in 2016. If that wasn't enough, he then added celebrity mastermind champion to his impressive CV. Well, Sally met up with him to find out where his drive comes from and hear why he's campaigning on disability rights, particularly when it comes to on-screen representation, is as passionate as ever.
So, Adam, it is a very great privilege and pleasure to meet you. As a child, did you have any sense that this might be difficult, getting into this very visually prejudiced medium, TV?
I think it was going to be difficult anyway.
Right.
And I think having a disability or a disfigurement was going to make it harder. But nothing worth doing is easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. I think life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you choose to handle it. And if other disabled people can see me doing it, it means they then think, yeah, I can do that too. And I'm acutely aware that by being kind of a spokesperson and encouraging more disabled people to get into the media, I'm slowly talking myself out of my job. Because then all these people who are actually good are going to turn up. Everyone's going to realise that I've simply been talking a very good talk this whole time.
Nah.
And that my skills are somewhat lacking.
Did you always want to be in telly?
I was not a smart child. Like when I was 3, I wanted to be not a train driver, the actual train. So that's the level of ambition that you're dealing with when you talk about
Well, that's quite ambitious,
my childhood. It is. Certainly didn't want to go into presenting. That was sort of just thrust upon me.
So you were also in Under the Skin?
This isn't Tesco's, is it?
No.
Do you want to look at me?
No, just want to go to Tesco's.
What was that like?
I auditioned for that as a joke.
Did you?
Yes, absolutely. And then on the way to meet the director, I got hit by a black cab and broke my leg. Once I got hit, I called and went, hey, funny story, I've been hit by a cab. I think my leg's broken. I'm still really keen. Don't think I'm not keen. I just might be 10 minutes late. That was my literal break into Hollywood.
On your behalf, I got slightly annoyed at the LA Times review of one of your performances where they say, non-actor Adam Pearson. Because I thought, are they making a point that because you have a facial disfigurement, you're not acting?
It's where the hot button topic is now, that a disabled actor playing a disabled character somehow isn't acting. And I think that's a very, very one-dimensional view of looking at both disability and acting. And it's a really important conversation to be having.
You have a faith, which I didn't realise.
Yeah.
And how did that come about?
I started going to Sunday school when I was 8 years old with my friends, just to hang out with them. When I first started going to church, you have conversations with older people like, how can you of all people believe in God having been through what you've been through? Which then brings up the conundrum of suffering and the conundrum of hardship, which is something that everyone has to wrestle with. When you look at the world we're in now, how can a God exist amongst all of this? And I think the prosperity gospel is the biggest perversion of the Christian belief.
By prosperity gospel, what do you mean?
So the prosperity gospel is the idea that if you follow Jesus, you'll be healthy, wealthy, and happy. And he is the answer to all of those problems. And kind of because Jesus wasn't rich, popular, and he died on the cross. He died almost a brutal death. And I think a life without hardship is a life without faith. How can you practice your faith if you aren't walking through the fire?
So would you change having neurofibromatosis?
I don't think so. I think it's all I've known. And I don't queue at theme parks. I don't queue in supermarkets. And if all of a sudden I didn't have this, yet still behave in that obnoxious manner, I literally get beaten up.
You've got a twin brother, Neil.
I do.
Who also has neurofibromatosis, but it manifests differently.
Yeah.
Did it feel unfair that you got an external version, he got a less visible version?
I never really thought about it that way. I think when you carry that around,
That would be too much.
It's a remarkably unhelpful way to
Sorry.
way to think. No, it's like a really good question. I think if you look at another disabled person and go, thank God I'm not that guy, it's quite a dark thing to have to think about.
You did a majestic speech on Mastermind.
Yes, I was really proud of that.
You should be.
The only way to change the status quo is to challenge the status quo. And if we always do what we've always done, we're always going to get what we've always got. And that's how change works. It's a slow process, it's baby steps. It's not going to be easy, but nothing worth doing ever happened easily.
Wow.
It's a good thing I went on to win, because if I'd have made like such a well-important speech and then got all my general knowledge stuff wrong, I'd be, he's an idiot, let's not listen to that guy.
Adam, it has been a huge pleasure to talk to you. Thank you.
No, thank you.
So much for giving us your time.
Anytime. Always good to see you.